Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a powerful, productive, peaceful, positive Wednesday. Hopefully, y'all got about 45 minutes to an hour to tap in and listen to the bill. Y'all see the subject matter for the day. We're going to go in, we're going to tap in, we're going to vent, we're going to preach, teach, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes to tap in. Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Wednesday before I dive into this subject matter. So holla at me. Let me know what's the word. How we feeling on this wonderful Wednesday. Tap in with your boy. What's the word, everybody? How we living? How we feeling? Y'all see that subject matter, man. It's one of the topics that we go in about. Ray, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How you living, my good brother? Javon, peace. What's happening with you? How you living and feeling on this wonderful Wednesday? What's the word? Hopefully y'all been staying healthy, peaceful, all that good stuff, man. Productive, knocking these goals out. Magic, peace. What's happening? K Cool, peace. What's happening? Hey, Feminine Melanin University, peace. What's happening? For sure. Kaylin, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? T Solo, peace. What's happening? You know, we're gonna clear up some things about black men being intimidated by intelligent sisters. You know, we got to clear up some things, clear up some myths in regards to that subject matter. Airview, what's happening? Peace. What's happening? Hey, Kaylin, there we go. You know, I did my workout early. Y'all already know. Y'all know what it is. Hopefully, y'all been getting y'all exercise on. It's not a peace. What's happening? Magic, everything is good. Everything is peaceful, man. How y'all living? Everything is good, man. Everything is good. All is well, as they say. You know, we're not going to be doing too much complaining and all that. Hey, Ray, there we go. Hey, that's what you do. When you elevate, it's inevitable that people are going to start falling off, you know? At least the people that don't need to be in your life, they start to disconnect. And that's just a natural part of the process of elevation. You know, that's why I love it. That's why I tell people, I don't have to delete people. I don't have to remove people from my cipher, from my life. All I got to do is elevate and tell the truth. You know, once you elevate, tell the truth, all that good stuff, man, people will naturally remove themselves from your life, from your social media, whatever the case may be. Just tell the truth. You know, be yourself, be truthful. People going to start removing themselves, man, because they don't like that. Ray, peace, what's happening? But man, let's dive in, man. Let's talk about black men being intimidated by intelligent black women. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I have never been intimidated by that. Not at all, not even close. I don't know about y'all, but that has never been something that has intimidated me at all. Akuma, peace, what's happening? Savetta, peace, what's happening? Not close. If anything, as I said, that's an expectation that I have. If I'm dealing with a sister, man, she got to have a certain level of intelligence for her to even be qualified to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? With the kid, it's like if you don't have any sense of intelligence, then we can't even further discuss moving up the ladder in regards to this relationship. Like, you got to have a certain level of intelligence. You got to have that. Like, that's a requirement, fam. Like, I can't be dealing with a dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that want their women, this is vice versa. You know what I'm saying? The people that want to date somebody that's not on their level or even above, is strictly for control purposes. And it's to boost their ego. You know, you want to talk to somebody that's beneath you in regards to intelligence to make yourself feel and look good. That's it. It's to boost your ego. So when you find a brother and they don't really want their woman to be more intelligent than them or on the same level, that brother has an ego problem. That brother has a very fragile ego. I don't have a fragile ego. First of all, because like I said, I expect and I require everybody that's a part of my cipher, that's within my universe, to have a certain level of intelligence. That's part of the foundation. That's a require. You're not even about to be within my universe, within my cipher, if you don't have a certain level of intelligence. Man, I don't want to be around dummies. I don't want to be around people that's afraid to exercise their intelligence. Man, I don't want to be around that. You get influenced by the people that's around you. So why would I want to be around people that are not that intelligent, fam? Consistently. So that's a requirement. It's a requirement, fam. And that goes for the woman I'm talking to and things like that, man. That's a requirement, fam. Not something I'm intimidated by. I'm not one of them brothers that feel like I shouldn't be learning from a woman or I can't learn from a woman. Like, nah. I get inspired when there's somebody around me that I feel like is above me from an intellectual standpoint, then that inspires me to go harder. Fam, that inspires me to want to get more knowledge, get more information. That's what that inspires me to do. I'm not I'm not intimidated by that. I've never been intimidated by intelligence when it comes from a man or a woman. That don't even make any. I'm not going to say it doesn't make any sense because I get it. I get why people are intimidated by intelligence, but not over here. Not over here. Derek Peace, what's happening? Pisces the King, what's happening? Caleb, you say, do you know why they feel that way? I'm going to assume, and you can correct me if I'm right, I'm going to assume you are asking, do I know why Black women feel that some Black men are intimidated by intelligent Black women? Is that what you're asking me? Before I answer that. Ray, hey, don't even. Yeah, I might ruffle feathers with that one. Corey, what's happening? But Caleb, let me answer that question. How much? I'm going to say, and this might ruffle feathers with some of the sisters, but I'm gonna say one of the reasons why a lot of sisters out here, that a lot of sisters are out here saying that some Black men are intimidated by intelligent Black women is because they are out here selecting and choosing to converse with the less intelligent brothers. That's why some of them are out here saying that. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck on that. Some sisters are out here saying that simply because they are choosing to converse and get into relationships with Black men that don't value intelligence, that don't value knowledge. So when you keep getting in relationships with those type of brothers, then you're gonna feel as if Black men in general are intimidated by intelligence. No. Primarily, it is the Black men that you are choosing to deal with that they are intimidated by intelligence. So again, that's why you find a lot of sisters saying that, because they are choosing to engage in relationships with these brothers that don't value intelligence or knowledge, information, whatever the case may be. So that's why a lot of sisters are here saying that. So again, if you continue to find yourself around brothers that may be intimidated by your intelligence, then you have to look in the mirror. You have to look in the mirror. You have to examine your discernment. You have to examine your preference when it comes to men you are dating. Because trust me, a brother whose foundation is knowledge is in no way, shape, or form intimidated by intelligence. No way, shape, or form. Colleen, what's happening? Tony, for sure. The original people of the planet Earth, 100%. 100%. You know, and like I said, anybody that's intimidated by intelligence, period, fragile ego. You know, and unfortunately, I done seen a lot of those cases. You know, where you got brothers out here, man, won't allow won't allow their woman to express her intelligence. You know, I've seen cases like that. You got controlling brothers out here that do that. You know, so that's the thing, but that's a weak brother, man. That's a weak man. That's a weak man. That's a weak man. You know, when he's trying to stop you from shining out here, when he's trying to stop you from expressing that intelligence, like that's a weak brother, man. That's a weak man. I ain't even gonna call him a brother. That's a weak man. For real. Let you shine. Matter of fact, they should add to your light. And if anything, you are a reflection of his light. You know, so when you out here shining, that's a reflection of the man that you with. You know what I'm saying? That's a reflection of the man that you with. You know, so when you doing your duty as an original man, like your woman is a reflection of you. You know, so when she out here shining, when she out here expressing intelligence, that's a reflection of you. You know, again, it's like a business, man. When you representing the brand when you outside. You know, so when you doing your duty as a man and your sister out here very intelligent, man, that's a reflection of you. You know, when your kids very intelligent, that's a reflection of you. They're gonna be like, who raised you? You know, they be like, who you with? That's a reflection of you. So you should want your woman. You should want your woman to be intelligent, man, because when she goes out, she represents you straight up. Straight up, 1000%. But Ray, yeah, I ain't even gonna lie though. Yeah, that spirituality thing got some of our sisters in a chokehold. Like straight up. That whole I'm not religious, I'm spiritual community. Sometimes they're a little bit more religious than the religious community. And some of that stuff got some of our sisters in a chokehold. It got some of our brothers too. But that group primarily has our sisters in a chokehold with some of the stuff they be on. Like, chill on out. Chill on out with some of that stuff, man. We ain't gonna get into that, but some of that stuff y'all need to chill out with. For real. Feminine male. I'm trying to tell you, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you choose to get with somebody that lacks intelligence, and now you mad that your children turning out a certain type of way. But it's because people don't think out here, man. People afraid to use their minds. Like, people don't think about the person. They don't evaluate. You know, they don't do these things. People just get caught up in the moment, and boom, there we go. Like, we get caught up in the moment, man. We react. We not proactive with it. Like, we just move wrong out here. We move incorrectly. You know, people don't be thinking about these things, man. Like, when you chopping it up with somebody, man, we not worried about their intellect. You know, we more so worried about, we try to measure intellect by jobs, by degrees, things like that. Like, man, it's deeper than that too. And that's another thing I want to get into, like what intelligence actually is. You know, just because you have a certain amount of degrees don't necessarily mean you're intelligent. Just because you making six figures at a job don't necessarily mean you intelligent, fam. So we got to really understand what intelligence really is. You know, I done met a lot of people. I done met people that make nice money, but they lack substance, fam. They lack substance. They lack substance. You ever had, like when I worked at the bank, I'm going to tell two career fields that these people can't talk about anything else outside of their career field. Lawyers and doctors. Now, this don't apply to all of them. But when I worked at the bank, man, with anything, like for a doctor, anything outside of that field, man, you might as well be talking to a wall, fam. You might as well be talking to a wall, fam. Like, when I used to try to have conversations with doctors, man, it was ridiculous. If it wasn't in the medical field, they had no idea what was going on. They had no idea how to, simple bank stuff, they didn't know how to manage it. You know, they ain't know how to fill out the simplest of forms. If it wasn't pertaining to that, they had no clue what was going on out here. You know, you got to be well-rounded out here, man. You got to be well-rounded. And don't even get me started on degrees not being a measurement of intelligence. Like, all that is letting me know is You was able to tolerate sitting in classes and things like that for 4 years. That's all that is. You got to really have conversations with folks, man, to see how deep they can get, to see where that mind is really at. Straight up. So I'm not going to measure your intelligence by things that you have, like a job that you have, degrees that you have, the money that you have. Like, nah, I'm not going to automatically assume you are intelligent because you have a certain job and because you have a certain amount of money and you drive a certain car. Nah, I'm not going to assume that. We got to have a conversation in order for me to measure your intelligence. Can you think for yourself? You know, I don't want to hear sometimes what this book then told you, what your pastor then told you. I want to hear what you told yourself. I want you to be able to think for yourself. I want you to be able to solve problems on your own when I'm not around. Can you do that? You know, this is how we measure intelligence, man. For real. I ain't measuring intelligence by what you got, man. By material items and things like that. Like, nah, that ain't how we measure intelligence, man. That ain't how we do it. Devin, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Okay, cool. That's all they did. That's all they did. 777, what's happening? What's happening? Kurt, peace. Peace to everybody that's tapping in. Peace to everybody that's tapping in. But yeah, man, don't run. Don't run from that intelligent sister. Don't run from that intelligent brother. You know, hey, sometimes the flip side be pretty accurate too, in regards to certain sisters being intimidated by intelligent brothers. You know, sometimes you have that out here. You know, sometimes that's a thing. I done ran into situations way back in the day where it was people that was intimidated by the things that I knew. And what I mean by that, they was intimidated by what I knew because it challenged what they had been taught to believe since they were since they were a child, since they were babies. So sometimes you have that. People will be afraid to rock with you because of what you know, because of what you out here speaking, because it challenges their old traditions that they have been taught since birth. And they don't want to rock with you because of that. But like, that's weak though. Like, you afraid to get with somebody because they may challenge something that you have been taught since birth. Like, nah, that's supposed to sharpen your sword. Stand on what you believe in. Stand on it. You know, that's real science right there, man. Okay, I'm gonna talk to this person, man. I'm gonna really see if my way of life can hold up. You know, because this brother seems to be well versed on a way of life that is in total opposition to my walk of life. Let me see where this go. I'm not gonna run from it. But I didn't been there, done that before. It's people out here that will be intimidated by what it is that you know. When you out here talking about certain things, when you dropping certain types of knowledge and information, some people gonna run away from that. Simply because they don't want to know the actual truth about some of their old traditions and some of the things they have been taught since birth. They may have even been having doubts that can get confirmed if they start talking to you, but they don't want that to happen because they don't want to let down Mom Dukes. They don't want to let down Granny and all that type of good stuff. You know, so they gonna get with somebody that's comfortable, somebody that has the same belief system as them and all that type of good stuff. They gonna get with what's comfortable. I'm not saying you should go out here and get with somebody that's in total opposition to everything you believe in, but if you find yourself attracted to that type of person, don't run from it because of that. If you find yourself attracted to a person that they live in a way of life in regards to beliefs that's in total opposition to yours, but it's like something about them that causes you to gravitate towards them, man, explore that. It's a reason why you gravitating towards them. It's a reason why it's happening, fam. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. TJ, what's happening? Don't run from it, fam. Like, I ain't never running from it. I will put myself in a room with anybody, any belief system. It doesn't matter. No matter what you believe, I will put myself in a room. I will go in a room full of Christians. I will go in a room full of Muslims. I will go in a room full of the spiritual people. I will go in a room filled with scientists. I will go in any room and be good. I can learn from every room. I'm not going to avoid a room because these people don't believe what I believe. I ain't going in that room because they're going to be talking about something I don't fool with. They're going to talk about something I don't believe in. Nah, I'm going to go in that room. So I'm sharpen my sword. You know what I'm saying? That's going to solidify my stance even more when I go in that room with 100 people that don't see the world the way I see it. I want to go in that room more so the room where it's 100 people and we all view everything the same. Nah. So we got to stop being afraid of a little difference of opinion, difference of belief. Got to stop being afraid of that, man, especially when it's something about that person that caught your eye, caught your attention. But you're going to let that be the reason why you don't move forward with the person. Like, for real. TJ, man, everything is smooth. Hope all is well your way. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's definitely coming from a lot of those sisters who think degrees mean anything for real. I know people with 5, 6 degrees that ain't really doing much in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, straight up, man. I know a lot. Like, unfortunately, they didn't brainwash a lot of our sisters to value these degrees. And the degrees are in the same category as the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more in circulation, the less it's worth. Everybody getting degrees now, so they not really worth much, fam. Like, a degree ain't worth as much as it was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, you might have had a case to be bragging about your degree in regards to it being a measure of any type of intelligence. Nowadays, nah, you don't have an argument. It's not that valuable. You know, it's not that valuable at all. It's the dollar bill. The more degrees we have in circulation, the less they are worth, and they are not worth much these days because a lot of people have degrees. Like, for real. Feminine melanin for sure. And that's another thing too. A lot of people let their preferences blind them. Sometimes they allow the preferences to blind them from the actual person that they may need, causes them to overlook the right person for them because they stuck on these preferences, man. Like, listen, you can have your preferences, man, but when something is right in your face, you can't ignore that, fam. So if you got your preferences and it's somebody I'm talking about that's just making all the sense in the world, but they may not meet a lot of your requirements, man, but everything else is adding up, you might have to get at a shot. You might have to go against your checklist sometimes. But a lot of people are afraid to do that. A lot of people are afraid to do that there, right there, you know, go against that checklist, fam. Little LA, what's happening? Sweet Tea, peace. What's happening? Delano, yes. A lot of wisdom. That's how I attain a lot of information and wisdom, by being open-minded and having these conversations with people of all different types of backgrounds, man. That's how I learn. Sharifin, and that's how it's supposed to go, fam. Like I said, you know the culture that I come from, man. The woman, she's supposed to reflect my light. So again, I value information, I value intelligence. So when I'm with a sister, man, that's what she gotta be on that. Can't be dumb, because I'm not out here moving dumb. You know, so again, that she gotta reflect your light. What type of light are you shining upon the woman that you are with? Whatever that light is, it will get exposed when she's out here representing the brand, so to speak. You know, so your woman is a reflection of you. You know, if she not out here dropping them jewels It's because, again, you not doing your duty. Black man, you not doing your duty. King Corey, peace. My gym is on the Rock Road, St. Charles Rock Road. It's right off of the highway. Highway 70. If you're coming from 70, it's right off 70 in the Rock Road. Feminine melanin, 100%. That's right and exact. That's right and exact. You know, that's right and exact 1,000%. I fool with that for sure. But yeah, I ain't never like I said, anybody in my cipher, that goes for any brothers that I allow in my cipher. That goes for anybody that's part of my cipher. Intelligence, like that's the foundation. We gonna get this knowledge, man. We gonna get some information, and we gonna move according to this information that we gather. Like we not gonna play around, man. We not rocking with the dummies, man. And that's why I'm not. Yeah, King Court. It's not too far from it. It's by the Walmart on the Rock Road. By that Walmart. It's like a Jiffy Lube or something across the street. You know, that's why I'm not too fond of the whole dumb yourself down concept, man. I don't like doing that, fam. Like I don't like doing that. I prefer to bring somebody to my level if they not there. Like I prefer to do that. You know, I don't really like dumbing myself down because I don't like being other than myself. You know, so if I'm in a room, like I'm just gonna be myself. So if who I am as a person is up here and everybody else in that room is down here, well, y'all just got to get with it to get lost. You know, because I wouldn't want people to dumb themselves down to. I wouldn't want them to do that if I was in a room. If I was in a room with some people and I wasn't understanding what's going on, I don't want them people to dumb it down, man. I'm about to catch up. I'm about to start using context clues or something, or I'm gonna use that as motivation. But don't dumb yourselves down. Don't do that. Don't do that for me. Don't do that because I can't understand what's going on, because I'm going to figure it out. If I walk in the room and everybody in this room is talking in a way and I don't understand it, I'm not going to be like, man, y'all need to, speak in layman terms. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the crib. I'm going to be like, man, I was in this room filled with these types of people. I ain't understand what was going on. Let me do the knowledge. Let me start researching what I was hearing. So next time I get in this room, now I'm on that level. But nah, keep talking above my head when y'all around me. Keep talking above my head. That's gonna motivate me. Keep doing that. Don't dumb yourself down. Like, keep doing that. Dean, peace. What's happening? Like, keep on doing. I love that, fam. I love it. Talk above my head, man. Because next time you see me, now I'm gonna understand everything, and I might surpass you. Because I'm going to see to it that I learned everything that was talked about that I didn't understand. Like, man, what was they talking about? I'm not going to be like, man, I ain't understand nothing they was talking about, get depressed and feel like, I'm figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out because that's how it's supposed to go. That's how it's supposed to go. I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm not going to speak in a way to where the kids can understand. That ain't me. You know, if you just so happen to understand what I'm saying, cool. If not, you better ask the right questions so you can gain an understanding or use context clues. We act like we wasn't in school and they told us how to use. If we didn't understand something, what they tell you to do? If you didn't understand something in school, what did they tell you to do, fam? They told you to use context clues. It's funny how we forget simple principles that we were taught as kids. Fam, when you reading something, you ain't understand what a word meant. They told you, look at the surrounding words. See how they used it in the sentence. Before you go look up the word, try to figure out what it means by using the words around it. See how it was used in a sentence. Like, man, that's how I figure things out, fam. Like, I figure things out. Like, I use concepts. I'm like, man, when they said this, I ain't understand what they said, but they used it in this light. So maybe they meant this. Let me look it up and confirm that. It's real simple, man. We act lost, but we need to stop doing that. We want everything to be handed to us. Do the work mentally, fam. Like if somebody says some things you ain't understand, I promise you, if you think a little bit, you could probably figure out what it means before you even have to go look it up. In what context was this word used? What other words were in the sentence with that word? You can figure it out, fam. It's not hard. So Renzo, what's happening? Feminine melody, exactly. The last step is I'm asking. I'm going to ask you, but I don't have to do that because context clues, look it up. I'll figure it out. But dumbing myself down, nah. Like, listen to how that sounds. Dumb yourself down. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not ever gonna do that, fam. I'm not gonna dumb myself down. I'm not gonna fake it till I make it. Like, I don't live by any of these concepts. I live by be original, be authentic, be yourself. And you will do just fine in life, you know, for real. And that's another thing. And this goes for sisters and brothers. Don't dumb yourself down to be in any type of relationship. Don't even do that, fam. Don't you do that. Don't you ever do that. Let me find out any of y'all doing that. You dumbing yourself down to be in a relationship, to satisfy a person because you love them. Y'all be getting blinded by love like that. It be sounding ridiculous out here. Y'all be making things sound like a Disney movie. Y'all need to stop that. Want everything to sound like a Disney movie. Like I really love them. Nah. Stop all that. Y'all gotta stop all that. Love at first sight. All right. Y'all keep talking crazy like that. And a lot of times when I be hearing stuff like that, I see why. Unfortunately, a lot of y'all women get caught up in that type of stuff. Love at first sight. Oh, I just look. Dude didn't clobbered you over the head a million times, and you somehow come on, man. Love should be out the window, fam. Love should be out the window. Then clobbered you over the head every time something go wrong, a million times, and somehow you still think this dude love you or you love them. Like, man, throw that out the window, fam. Gripping 2 times, my brother. Peace. What's happening? Throw that garbage out the window. Throw that garbage out the window, man. Like listen, throw that garbage out the window. Y'all be getting blinded by the whole concept of love. Just be throwing love out there. Like, chill on out with all that, fam. Dude clobbering you over the head. All right, love going out the window. You know, let's examine what's happening here. Keep getting clobbered over the head by dude. It's the millionth time. We're going to throw love out the window. That man love you, but he keep clobbering you over the head a million times. How in the world is that love? There's no way you can logically explain that. And then y'all say dumb stuff like, you know, people in love just do crazy things. No, they don't. No, they do not. Like, we gotta stop pushing all these weird and ridiculous concepts and all that, man. People in love do crazy things. People in love do stop all that. Use your intellect. If people in love do weird stuff, the weird stuff that y'all be doing, well, then I'm cool on love then. I don't want it. Because some of the weird stuff y'all be doing in the name of love, like, nah, I'm cool on that. Love ain't what it's cracked up to be then. If some of this weird stuff y'all be doing is in the name of love, then remove me from that room. Remove me from that. Remove me from it. Remove me from it. Point blank. King Corey, man, you just got to do baby steps gradually, man. Remove 1 meat at a time. 1 meat a month until you fully off that joint. Like, straight up. I will exit the room, exit stage left. If some of this stuff that y'all call love is what love actually is, and I'm cool on that, I'm cool on it. I'm cool on it 100%. But y'all, some of the, like literally, some of the stuff that has been explained to me that is love it sounds crazy, it sounds dumb, it sounds obsessive. You know, people be obsessed out here and be like love, or it sounds like lust, things like that. Like it's ridiculous, man. You know, you bragging about getting on your person's nerves and be like, that's love. No, it's not. You know what I mean? Getting on somebody's nerves and being proud about it is not love. That's irritating. You know, let's call that what it is. It's irritation. You're irritating. Love is knowing when to give that person space and allow them to do their thing. That is love. Not, oh, I'm about to get on their nerves because, you know, I love them. Like, man, chill out. If you sense you getting on your person's nerves, leave them alone. Stop acting like that, fam. That ain't love, fam. What are y'all on? Like, what y'all really be on? Like I said, there's some things that people didn't describe as love, and like you obsessed. You irritating, you annoying. Like that's what you are. You clingy. Ain't about to call it love. Like, no, use the actual words. Like you clingy. That's not love. It's called clingy. You are obsessed. It's not love. It's called obsession. Like, come on. Like, that's what it is. Like, you obsessed to say, oh, that's just love. Are you lusting? That's just love. Like, nah, call it what it actually is, man. Call it what it actually is. I'm seeing all type of disrespect. Just nonsense, man. And y'all calling that love? Nah, come on, man. Come on, man. We got to do better, man. Got to do better with that. But again, I be seeing people have these fairy tale definitions and descriptions, and you know how the little black romance movie. They all be these black romance movies that I know a lot of y'all done seen. They all be having like the same type of script. That's the type of love that we be on out here. Hence why it always be in the black movies. Be the same old little story. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, them black movies, the black cast. When it's a love story, it be the same old little joint. That's what we think love is. That's what we think love's supposed to be. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know we love imitating or emulating our oppressor. We love that, you know. So whatever concept of love they have given us, you know, we're going to take it and run with it because we love emulating the oppressor. We love that. Which is, hey, we love it. You know, we love that. What can I take from my oppressor today? That's what we be asking ourselves a lot. You know, they didn't brainwashed us for over 400 years, man. So, hey, we done took on the Stockholm Syndrome 1,000%. We strive to emulate them on a daily basis. We think they are the measuring stick right there, man. If I could do what these white folks are doing, I'm going to make it in life. No, I don't aspire to be like anything white. I don't aspire to be like anything European. No offense to them folk, but that's not my measuring stick of greatness, fam. Like, that's not my measuring stick of how I should be living. It's not. I got ancestors from back in the day that taught me how to live, how to eat, all that. That's my measuring stick right there. Like, straight up. Little LA, man, and people have a hard time doing what's right. Just telling the truth, being truthful. People have a problem with doing what's right. And again, part of that, us being corrupted, brainwashed. You know, it's almost like when Pastor Troy came out with the song Vice Versa. You know, that's how we live it. You know, the things that are really wrong are right. and the things that are really right are wrong in today's time. So the way that they have us eating is completely wrong, but they teaching it as if it's right. And the right way to actually eat is considered wrong. So that's how like everything is flipped. So that makes it hard to do what's right in today's society, because they keep making it seem like when you doing right, you actually doing wrong. So it makes it that much more complicated. Instead of what's actually right being considered right by the majority, like, nah, everybody looking at you crazy when you actually doing what's right. When you a black man or a woman and you striving to do for self, that's right and exact. That's in your bloodline. But now, since we've been so brainwashed and corrupted mentally, when you out here doing that, when you doing for self, being self-sufficient, everybody looking at you like it's wrong. Oh, that's too risky, man. You shouldn't be doing that. You need to just go get you this job and do this, that, and the third. That's the way of the world. Once you start moving accordingly to what's really right, Mud's going to be telling you why that's really wrong. And it's backwards, man. It's backwards. Because we done been so corrupted mentally. You know that, and hey, you want to test it out? Just wake up and say, man, you know what? Today, I'm about to start being more positive, whatever the case may be. I'm about to start being more positive. I'm about to start being more productive. I'm about to start eating right. Whatever you choose to do that's positive, the moment you wake up and say, all right, I'm about to start doing this today, you're going to start getting met with a lot of opposition and resistance. Because again, what's really right in today's time is considered wrong. And what's wrong is really right. And it's messed up. So we going against the grain when we out here being truthful. You out here going against the grain when you being right and exact, or you living right and exact. You going against the grain. When you foul and corrupt and poisoning yourself, you flowing. You flowing. You good. You going with the flow, as they say. But now, when you taking care of yourself, you ain't going with no flow. Yeah, you ain't going with no flow. You going against the flow. Oh, Dean, for sure. Yeah, ain't nothing cute about getting on somebody's nerves, irritating somebody, man. I don't take pride in knowing I'm irritating a person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't take pride in that. I don't take pride in knowing I'm irritating somebody. That don't even make any sense to me. Like, if I feel I'm irritating somebody, I step back. Like, man, I feel like I might be talking too much, man, even though that ain't never happened. I ain't never about to be in no position where I feel like I'm talking too much to somebody and I'm getting on their nerves. But when I feel like I'm irritating somebody, man, I step back. I'm like, let me go ahead and shut up. I catch myself. I remove myself from the situation. I'm not gonna keep irritating somebody and say that, well, I'm doing that because I love the person. Nah. I love the person enough not to irritate. Like, for real. So that's some of that weird stuff I be talking about, man. We take pride in some weird things these days. We take pride in some weird things, man. So again, when you with somebody, man, and she pride's irritating you, hey, you gotta check that. You gotta check that 1,000%, man. You can't let that pass, man. Like, nah, that ain't gonna flow, man. That ain't gonna flow with us, man. You ain't finna be happy about irritating, man. I'm sorry, no can do. You don't have to work on that. I don't like being irritated, so you ain't about to be sitting there irritating me. Flat out. All right, yeah, for sure. Hey, man, that Yeah, that's a classic right there, man. Somebody had, man, what somebody tell me, man? Somebody told me the other day that it looked like I look like type person that listened to Pastor Troy. I was like, well, y'all right. Hell yeah, boy. Grew up on that. I take that stereotype. I look like a person that listen to Pastor Troy. I surely do. Surely did. Surely do. That person did not offend me. I would proudly look like a person that listens to Pastor Troy, man. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, at Melanin University, yeah, they do. They have pride in it, man. Have pride in being toxic. And unfortunately, that's the thing these days when you are listening to the music. A lot of these females out here rapping. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They taking pride in being toxic now. It's like they have a competition out here to, man, who could be more toxic, man. Let's go ahead and rap it now. Like these little girls throwing themselves. I'm gonna call them little girls, man, because that's the type of mentality that they have. You know, doors guard and peace. What's happening, man? Just some of the things. Some of the interviews that I done tried to listen to with some of these young female rappers and things like that, man, it's horrible. Horrible, fam. It's horrible. And a lot of times you got people that co-sign it, and you got people that make it seem like because they didn't got famous or whatever the case may be, like that's a sign of intelligence. Nah, to me, that's just a sign of how stupid the masses are. You know what I'm saying? And how toxic the masses are. That's why I say certain things don't measure intelligence. You're not about to tell me, listen, you're not about to tell me that a sexy red, I don't even want to compare them because of the age difference. But even if they were the same age, they would still say this. You're not about to tell me that a sexy red is more intelligent than, say, a Cyrock or a Rhapsody, simply because not right now she is more popular or more popping. No. Just like on the male side, you're not about to tell me, man, who can I use? You're not about to tell me a Soldier Boy is more intelligent than a K Reno, if you know who that is, simply because he may have sold more records. No, that don't measure intelligence, fam. That just means some people are willing to do what sells more so than others. Like straight up. That's what that tells me. Some people are willing to do what sells more so than others. Trust me, a lot of these folks, myself included, I could have been when I was I could have presented a certain message and probably took it to the top, took it close to it, but I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that at all. I'm not doing it at all. So some people are willing to do what sells, if y'all know what I mean. And some people have what we call integrity. And they not willing to do anything just to sell whatever it is that they are selling. So that doesn't make one more intelligent than the other because they may have more money. They may have a higher net worth. It don't mean that. It don't mean that at all. So we gotta, we gotta chill with that. That's why I say, man, we be looking at certain things as a measurement of success and intelligence, and it be all the way wrong. It be all the way wrong. It be all the way wrong. Feminine Melanin University, the crazy thing about that though, the crazy thing about especially the music, this is one interesting thing I've discovered over the time when it comes to the music, especially with the Sexy Red stuff, because I actually see way more women supporting Sexy Red than I see men. Most of the men that I know did not hate that. You know what I'm saying? I see every woman on my top like be loving Sexy Red. When you say anything negative, the women be coming for you. You know, of course, you got men that support it. Like I know some people that rock with it, but they primarily from St. Louis, you know, and it's a St. Louis thing. But for the most part, it's a lot of women that supporting Sexy Red. Like I be seeing, I'm talking about sisters I wouldn't have even thought would support it, rocking with it. And I ain't gonna say it's weird, but like that's what I'm seeing now. You know, of course you done had Two Live Crew. Of course you done had the brothers and Too Short that done had that type of message. So of course they done paved the way for some of this type of content. But what I found out, it's almost like the WNBA. When it comes, and I said this before, when it comes to the conscious women, the sisters with a message, I be seeing more men support them than women. Just like the WNBA, the WNBA, I hear a lot of women be like, man, these women should make more money than the men, but won't watch a WNBA game to save their lives. Man, I didn't probably watch more WNBA games than most women. Most of the women that complain about the disparity, you know what I'm saying? I didn't probably watch more WNBA than them. You know, and the conscious, the music with the message is the same way. Like when I go tap in to some of these sisters that's rapping with a message, I just see a bunch of dudes liking it. Very select few women. But then when I go see the ratchet music from sisters, I see more women liking that than dudes. You know, so if I go find a conscious sister right now, of course it's gonna be some women that's in the comments, some women that's liking it. But I promise you, every time I done did this, it'd be more men. Like, man, dudes, like, man, I'm listening to Cyrock. I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying? Like Bahamadia. I'm listening to these. I don't be hearing sisters talk about them and support that type of music from sisters. Like the sisterhood don't be that strong when it comes to sisters supporting that positive message from another sister. Because I can tell you right now, like I have put some black women on conscious sisters. Sisters should be putting me on that. That shouldn't be my response. I shouldn't have to be putting a sister on a conscious sister. That should be her. She should be putting me on. A sister should walk up to me like, hey, you heard of Cyrock? I'm like, nah, we need to listen to it. But it'd be like the other way around. And this is my experience. I could be totally wrong. Y'all can have had other experiences. But man, I promise you, every time I see some ratchet music from a sister, I see a bunch of women supporting it. A bunch of women, gang of women. But then when I see the woman that's actually rapping with a message, it'd be more dudes. Like I see that every time, fam. Every freaking time. It never fails. Never fails. So I feel like the sisterhood got to do a better job. And Feminine Melanin, this ain't directed at you. I'm pretty sure you would be supportive of the conscious sisters. But the sisterhood got to do a much better job of dealing in balance. Hey, if you want to listen to the Sexy Reds, that's cool. But man, listen to the other sisters as well. My goodness, they are out here. Just like if I'm going to listen to some old, if I'm going to listen to some old Spice One, man, I'm going to listen to some K Reno, man. I'm going to listen to some Dead Prez. I'm going to listen to it all. I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it. Feminine Male, you say we got the same amount of sisters supporting conscious sisters as men, as the men with conscious men. Ooh, that might have, now that one might be debatable. That one might, I don't know about that. That one might be a little bit debatable. Like that one might we might actually have to do a study on that one. That one might be a little bit debatable. That one might be debatable. I might have to I might have to agree to disagree with that one about the same amount of sisters supporting conscious sisters as the men with conscious men. Yeah, I don't know. Because unfortunately, I feel like women hate on each other a little bit more than some dudes that hate. Like I just I don't know about that one. Like we be out here finding the conscious brothers. And that's why I kind of feel like you see more conscious men supporting the conscious sisters or the sisters with the message. I don't know about that one. That one might be, I don't know about that one. I don't know about it. I don't know. That one might be a little fit. That one might be a little fishy right there. Might be a little iffy. It might be a little iffy. Now, of course, we still don't have the amount of brothers out here supporting the conscious brothers that we should. But I'm gonna say the numbers will be higher on the brothers supporting the conscious brothers in. Like you actually got quite a few conscious brothers that then made it mainstream and did it kind of big. We can't say the same for a lot of conscious sisters these days. You know, I can name a few conscious brothers that then had a conscious message that then did their thing and it sold millions. I can't name a lot of conscious sisters. I can name Common. I can name Talib Kweli. I can name Yasin Bey Mos Def. I can name Lupe. I can name a lot of conscious brothers that then almost hit the mainstream level and that sold millions. You know, Black Thought, The Roots, all that. And a lot of brothers then supported the brothers. I feel like in order for a lot of them conscious sisters to get to that mark, though, they got to get more support from the sisterhood. They got to give a prime example of who they could be if the sisterhood backed more the conscious artists, like I'm saying. I feel like the level they could reach is like an Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill type. If the sisters backed more of the conscious sisters, a lot of those sisters could rise to a level of Lauryn Hill and Badu. Now, back in the day, yes, y'all was on it. Back in the day, that's why you had Badu, Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, all these folk, MC, like was able to rise through the ranks like that. But now that thing went out the window. It's so many talented sisters that don't nobody know about that should be way more known. And they just not. I feel like that got to do a lot with the sisterhood supporting them. They got to get that stamp of approval from the sisterhood for sure, because that's the world we live in today. The man stamp of approval these days means nothing. Like us men nowadays saying we like something, it don't even matter. Like our opinion, like it literally doesn't matter. Like we not as in control as folks think these days. Like the man's opinion is out the window. Now it's like the opinion of a woman or the LGBT, like that stuff weighs more than our approval. So us liking something ain't gonna get you in the door. It ain't gonna get you to mainstream. It ain't gonna get you millions of sales. A bunch of men saying we like such and such, they don't want to hear that. They don't care about us. They don't care about this demographic. These men. Nah, they attacking the women. The women, that stamp of approval from the sisterhood means a lot. When you get these women supporting you and listening to you and rocking with you, man, you about to win. You about to win out here. You about to win for sure. You about to win for sure. Terenzo, my brother, peace, appreciate that donation for sure. Yeah, you about to win for sure. They done phased us out. And this another thing to like they didn't phased us out, you know, as far as like it meaning anything that we approve. Like we could back all these conscious sisters we want, but like until the sisterhood say we gonna raise up this artist right here, like she ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it at all. But now I do agree with I'm not us paving the way, like the 2 Live Crew, Uncle Luke, and even before that, you know what I'm saying? You had the pimping era, which is the era that a lot of these dudes, like, they was raised underneath that umbrella, Dolomite, stuff like that, so it goes back to that even before then, so that it goes into all of that, like the pimping era, like that era messed up a lot of us, fam, like that. A lot of us was raised by uncles and grandparents and fathers that grew up in that era, and that was their influence, and we got some artists that live and die by that message, or lived and died by that message back then, and that was unfortunate. But I will also say too, back then, this is one thing I'm gonna say back then though, which is why they had to which is why they had to do what they did. We did have 2 Live Crew, we had Too Short, we had all of that, but we also had a ton of conscious music, conscious artists, and conscious brothers to balance it out. So at the same time where 2 Live Crew was out here, we had Public Enemy, we had Brand Nubian, we had Poor Righteous Teachers, we had KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? We had them. They didn't like that. So they say, hold up. This music is empowering these folks. So they can hear the 2 Live Crew, but man, they hearing more of this. They hearing Rakim. They hearing too much knowledge in this music. So we need to phase out that aspect of the hip hop, and we need to make this aspect a little bit more popular. And that's what they did. So at the same time where I can say it's the men's fault, it's also a part of the system, because we wasn't just out, like the brothers wasn't just out here rapping about toxic garbage and nonsense. There were a few, but we had Chuck D, we had KRS-One, we had K Reno existed back then. We had these brothers that was out here dropping science and math on a record too, that was known mainstream wise. Hell, you had LL Cool J saying he need love. LL Cool J would have been considered a simp at that time. So we had all of that. We had all the elements back then. We didn't just necessarily have that one element. And we had all of that on a mainstream level. It wasn't that some of it was underground. Like, nah. So it was a little bit more balanced on the brothers' end back then. And they had to do away with that balance. And they made it appear as if it was one side. So I'm not going to argue that we was out here putting out destructive music, but that was just, one side. We had plenty of positive music, positive brothers out here. And they phased them out because of the influence that they were having. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back, fight the power. That had a little too much power. Professor Griff was out here putting people on game. They had to kick him out the group. So the hip hop was the stuff we was out here saying. Some of them, the stuff that they was out here saying, it was causing some trouble. So they had to make one aspect of that music a little bit more popular. So that's what they did. They say, all right, we're gonna give less radio play to this type of music, more radio play to this type of music. Denise, peace, appreciate the cash out. That's what they did to us. Like that's what they did to us. We came out the gate. We was rapping about some of everything. Hey, I mean, Melly Mel now, y'all, The Message, one of the first well-known hip-hop songs, is not a toxic song. The Message. You listen to that song about real life, reality. So we got to give the brothers some credit. We wasn't coming out the gate with rap and it was destructive and negative. We was just rapping what we saw, rapping our experience. But The Message, Melly, don't push me because I'm close to the man. Come on now. Y'all know that song, man. Hey, I know I might be, an old soul, as they call it. Come on now. That song was deep for the time that it came out. For sure. But you know, because I know I'm one of the advocates of conscious music, and I'm telling you, I promise you, and feminine, I promise you, feminine melanin, I promise you, back then, I promise you that if I if I was entertaining us, I promise you, if I put on a conscious sister around a sister, 9 times out of 10, she ain't want to hear that. I promise you. I mean, I promise you. I ain't want to hear that. I mean, what is this? I don't want to hear this. I promise you. I mean, I used it used to get a lot of flack, bro. I'm trying to put you on. I'm trying to let you know it's some sisters out here that's on some positive vibes. Why are you coming at me incorrectly? I'm like, dang, like that's when back then, that's why I'm like, damn, like, damn, this is a black woman that's rapping about something positive and another black woman don't want to hear this. I'm like, that don't make no sense. You know, when I heard it, when I was listening to a brother rap positive, I'm like, man, that's another brother rapping positive. I want to hear that. You know, so when I come across a folk and they don't want it, like, you don't want another person that look like you that's rapping about something positive, like, how can you not relate to that? Like, that was so weird to me. Like, it was legit sisters that told me they couldn't relate to, you know what I'm saying? Like a woman rapping positive or a woman that's conscious. Like, how you can't relate to a woman that's out here expanding her consciousness or her intelligence? What you mean? Then you better find a way to relate to that. I wasn't listening to some of these dudes and be like, man, I can't relate to that. Like, man, I can't really, man. Every dude that I listened to that I didn't know what they was talking about, I found out what they was talking about. And then I went back and listened to it again, and I appreciated it even more. Like, damn, that's cool how they do that. Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in for sure, though. It ain't even. You know, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. Feminine melanin, shoot. Well, to be technical, you say who owns the companies are owned by white folks, and these white folks that call themselves Jews. That the technical answer is that. That's who own them companies. Yeah, them folk. That's who own them joints. But y'all know how I go. They tell you things like sex sells and all that type of nonsense, and we fall for the bait and everything like that. But man, yeah, it's the music world, the music industry right now is all bad. It's all bad on both ends. But when you express that, you get called a hater and all type of other weird stuff. You know, so I don't even be talking about it like that anymore. But it's bad out here. It's rough. It's rough out here, fam. It's really rough. Like, it's really rough. I be trying to listen to some of these songs. I'm like, man, I can't even do it. It's rough. That's why I be stuck in the old times, man, the old days. I can't listen to somebody. I can't listen to this girl. I can't do it, fam. Cannot do it. Can't do it. It's sickening. I don't really know. I don't know how folks be listening to that, man. I just can't do it, man. And I know y'all know the songs I'm talking about. Like, I cannot do it. I can't do it. You know, it's crazy to the point where, man, I post workout videos and I put some jazz or some R&B in the video, man. I don't even be trying, like, for real, man. Or, you know, music with a message or whatever the case may be, man. I just ain't got time for it, fam. Like, I instantly just feel myself feeling a certain type of way. Y'all know the vibes and all that when that type of music is on, man. When I'm listening to it, like, I feel like I'm dumb. I feel like I lose brain cells. Like, when they tell you lose brain cells by drinking alcohol, I feel like I lose brain cells every time I listen to some dumb music. Like, I feel like my brain cells gone instantly. So I was like, man, I don't even feel like listening to that. But again, every time I get called a hater and all these type of stuff, all these type of things. Man, somebody from my city, because y'all know Sexy Red from my city. Some black sister, man, she a little bit older, I think. I don't even, man, she posted something about, I just want to show y'all or inform y'all that Sexy Red don't represent the way all women in St. Louis dress. And she was, you know, dressed better than Sexy Red would be dressed. And man, they drug her through the mud, fam. Like, they tore her to shreds. I'm telling you, they tore her to shreds on that post. And it was crap. I'm like, God damn. They tore her to shreds. I say, yeah, buddy. Can't say nothing about her. I mean, they ripped her to shreds. If I could go find that post, I'm gonna share it. But they ripped her to shreds. They ripped her to shreds, fam. Like, they came at her, they ate her alive. I'm like, damn. Woo, boy, it's bad out here. They ripped her to shreds. Like, I'm talking about ripped her to shreds. So I say, oh, okay. Okay. That's what we on. We okay, she's untouchable. You make a post like that, they gonna rip you to shreds. I see. Okay. But that post was crazy. That post, they went in on her. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go locate that post, man, because that was crazy. The way they went in. I'm talking about drug her through the mud for what she said. She was just like, man, I'm just trying to tell y'all, Sexy Red don't represent all the women in St. Louis, bro. That's what she was basically saying. It was like, man, it was like they proud for her to be a representative dressing whatever way she was dressing. I said, okay. I say, all right, okay, here we go. But man, y'all don't see me promote none of that nonsense and none of that garbage. And I'm gonna call it what it is. And I ain't never been worried about people calling me haters and things like that. I don't really be supporting that garbage and that nonsense. Y'all done seen it. Y'all see the stuff I promote. Y'all see the stuff that I will share with you. It's gonna be some real stuff. It's gonna be some intelligent music or conversations and things like that. So it's it's funny out here, man. Like, I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna stay on my square, man. I'm gonna balance it out. But y'all, man, with that being said, y'all already know I'll be on straight African time. I'll be running late to any and everything. Leave it up to me. But man, this was a nice build, man. I appreciate all of y'all tapping in with the kid. I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying y'all Wednesday, though, man. I got some knowledge to do. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all. When I tap back in with y'all, I appreciate cash outs, man. I appreciate donations, all that good stuff, man. I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate all of y'all, man, for real. Hey, y'all be easy, man. Y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay peaceful and productive out here, man. But I'm out. Tap in with y'all next time, man. Peace.